Okay, y'all. Now, I saw the first maybe minute of this, maybe 30 seconds. And the reason I clicked on it was because it had a good title. It had a good title. And the reason I say it's a good title is because it made me go, and then I clicked on it. Which is the point of a good title. That means that whoever set this up, because I don't know if it's her. We watching something from Just Pearly Things. Y'all know her because she's everywhere. So because of that, I was just like, okay, whoever did it did a very good job. And because it definitely made me go. And then go into it. The problem I have is that now me and Pearl got beef. We almost had beef before because I watched more than 2 videos without subscribing. You know what I'm saying? And then what had happened was I wasn't signed in. So I didn't subscribe, right? But when I signed in, I subscribed. But it was the first day that I had synced at her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, who this? And I watched like 3 videos and she was like, yo, if you ain't so we have beef. I was like, dang, bro, you coming from the throat like that? So then I went and I had subscribed it. So we cleared the beef up, right? But now we got beef because, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that people be saying certain things about marriages and stuff. And you know folk don't actually go and look at no video all the time. Sometimes they'll see that and that'll be their view for the rest of their life, bro. They'll never look at the video. Y'all want to see what I'm talking about? Yep. Watch this.
Respect for sex. And let me tell you why, okay? 1 out of 4 marriages are sexless. Meaning that the man hasn't gotten sex. I mean, you could argue the woman too, but usually it's the woman withholding the sex. I think it's in 3 months, something like that, and that's classified as sexless. So, if you're not sleeping with your husband, and a girl says, she sees an opportunity, she's like, oh, this guy could provide, I think he would be a good boyfriend or a good husband. Can you really be mad if he gets a side chick?
Okay.
If you're not sleeping with him anyway?
Yo. This is why I had beef with her. Because if y'all didn't know, we over here, we pro-marriage, we pro-family, we pro-community, right? And then I had looked at the title and it was like, why most? Let me tell you about how words work. Most means like it's more on the side of whatever she's saying than against it. So that means majority. So like over 50%.
I was say like 51.
If 51%. So why 51% at least marriages are sexless? So I was like, ooh, really? That would scare a lot of people who already don't like the idea of marriage because of all of the stuff around it, the legal stuff and the red pill community coming in and, you know, people. And then when it starts, she said 1 in 4. Now, I wasn't amazing in math, but I did okay. But I think that when you converted it, fractions to decimals, right? I don't think 1/4 is 51%. So I was like, you know, I know why, because when you trying to put up your title, you want people to click on it. You know, that's the game. But I was like, you know, some people is gonna be like, they not even gonna hit. And then when she said the 1/4, she had the nerve to have the little bell from the subscribe thing go off right as she said 1/4. She said 1 thing. It was like, and I was like, bro, like that's 25%, bro. That's 25%.
That's not most.
That's not most. That's some. That's some. That's how words work.
They a lot.
They work.
That's why you gotta be very careful.
So that was why I had really clicked it on this, because we beefing now. Because, you know, being married, I feel some kind of way about that. My wife had plenty of conversations about our, you know, extracurricular activities in our marriage. And sometimes I downright feel bad for her because, you know, I got a lot of testosterone, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. I don't gain a lot of weight, you know. If I work out and stuff, I sweat a lot and, you know, keeps the weight off. I don't gain a lot of weight, right? But on the other side, though, you know, I'm,
really?
you know, like a rabbit. I'm like, you know, I don't do it like, wait, I don't even want to go into it. I don't even, you know, I'm just saying, I don't actually rap, you know. It's a lot of techniques that you can add.
Just stop.
I'm just saying, it just be a lot. We have to talk a lot of times. Are you okay? Are you okay? You need a doctor. You need some help. You need some painkillers. You need anything. You know, I know I might have had your neck was in a really awkward position for a long time. I didn't know. Okay, look. But what do you think about her saying, if you get into the realm where you're 3 months deep and you still haven't done anything, and some woman come along and be like, you know, some competition come up, that you shouldn't be shocked or upset if your man decide, well, I ain't getting in here, he just rolled out. What do you think about, because that's what she said. That's what she said.
Okay. So I'm gonna come from two different places on this.
Okay.
So should the spouse be shocked? Yes. Why? Because your spouse made a commitment to you.
Yep.
So yeah, you should be shocked. That's number one. My second thought process is, why is this happening? Like, typically there's a reason for it. So is there communication about this? Like, why is it a sexless marriage? Why has it been 3 months since anything has happened? You know what I mean? We need to have this conversation. Now, if it's a situation where there's a reason for it, like there's a medical reason, I don't know, health reasons, I don't know, whatever. But if there's like a legitimate reason for it, that doesn't give you the license to go out and just find somebody else.
Well, I don't think that they're coming from that space, but this is all assumed. They usually, in the course of the conversation, have to clear that up. But I'm pretty sure that they're not talking about, oh, you know, something happened, medical, if she done had surgery, or, you know, something happened.
No,
or something physical.
I still don't think.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Subscribe. Oh,
Bruh.
speaking about beef. So
Bruh.
all y'all who watching our channel.
Wow.
If you ain't signed in, go ahead and sign in. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Okay, we'll wait. No, I'm serious. We'll wait. Sign in. I was gonna say sign out this time again. Sign in and hit subscribe.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't think that it's okay. My thing is, if it's gotten to the point where nothing is happening for months on end at a time, then there's something fundamentally wrong. Something is going on that needs to be addressed. And then if it's not addressed, I think that's a bigger issue overall. You know what I'm saying? Between the two of them. I don't think it, either way, I don't think it gives a person the right to step outside of their marriage.
Okay.
Because you made a vow to the person.
Okay, so.
Period.
All right. I'm gonna play. I hate you. Where did they get the phrase "devil's advocate" from? But anyway, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the contrarian. There we go. What do you say in that situation? So the one of the main things that men receive from marriage is that, right?
Right.
And they want it exclusively from you. Understanding what you know about men's sex drives, about how they look at sex and all of that other stuff, and what is expected from both the man and the woman concerning that. Would he then withdraw his protection and provision since she's withdrawing sex?
I mean, if he did that, then he did that. But like I said, I feel like there's a bigger issue.
No. I definitely think there's a conversation that needs to be had. Something that's obviously wrong. Maybe you just chose wrong. There's certain conversations that guys don't get into with women before marriage comes because they feel that it's one of those inappropriate conversations to have with women before you've gotten married to them. About sex, what our sex life is going to look like when we're married. Because me personally, I believe that there's a difference because of the commitment level that it takes to be in marriage, especially today with the government all up in marriage and completely screwing it up for guys, right? I think that there's a difference in the level of commitment it takes to be dating someone and to be exclusive and to be married to them. And I think there are certain things that I could say you wait until marriage for. If a woman wants to wait until marriage, until having sex, and no, for me, it doesn't matter if she's necessarily a virgin or not. It matters to me if she's experienced a lot or if she's minimally experienced.
Okay.
If you have a woman who has a very low body count, not necessarily a virgin, but she don't get down like that. That's just not her vibe or whatever. And she's like, yo, I want to wait until marriage. I don't want to move a certain way, just that and the third. I would understand it. Would I do it? I don't know. I'm not, I've never been in that situation. Sorry. Bruh. But that opposed to the girl who gives it away to every guy, you know, at frat parties, and she just throwing it here and throwing it there, and she just like, you know, machine gunning it to whoever wants it, and then when she get to you, you gotta wait till you get married. That's a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but there are certain things that I am okay with waiting until marriage for. And if you believe in many of the religious institutions, they'll tell you don't have sex until you get married. Right? It does avoid a whole bunch of crap, but a lot of people find that very hard to do because it's very hard to do. You know, attraction is very, very potent. I do feel that it makes sense for that, if that being the case, guys got to be comfortable having that conversation, even though we're not married yet, and be like, what is our sex life going to look like? And to honestly have the woman to the best of her ability, because if she has a low body count, she don't really know how often she gonna want to do it.
I was gonna say, that part, like, it's hard for you to say, like, if you're not that experienced, and not just that, but you're pending that person has never been married, like they've never been married before,
right?
So you don't know what that's gonna look like. And we've talked about this in a much older episode. I can't even remember, but if I remember, I'll insert thumbnail here, about how after you get married, especially after you have kids, how everything changes. You know what I'm saying? For a woman, sexually. So it's just like, you can say, like, the woman, you can have that conversation, which I think you should. I think that is a conversation that you should have before you get married. But you can have that conversation, but it could be completely different from what the woman thought it would be.
It most likely is going to be completely different from what the woman thought it would be. But my thing that I would say is, even though it's different from what she thought it would be, just like he made a commitment to be in the marriage and to not step out on her in case something happens, she has to make the commitment to have a minimum amount of sexual encounters with her husband to make sure that they're still good. Because there's going to come a point when the woman is just not going to want to. It can't always be when she feels like it if you want the marriage to work. Because men have an infinitely higher, we literally have 20 times the sex drive than women. This is biological, ladies. All 3 of you that watch our channel, all 6 of you that are subscribed, right? We have 20 times your sex drive biologically. Just like biologically, you guys tend to be more emotional, and you have other things that you have to deal with that the man has to be considerate of, because it's not because you want to.
Right.
I can tell you it's a lot of guys that wishes they could just go up to their sex drive and turn it down, if not off. And not to mention, the way that we as men and women get started in sexual encounters is completely different. Men are like cars. Get in the car, you turn the engine over, as long as everything's working correctly, it's just gonna get up and go.
Right.
Women is like turning on the heat in your home. You can turn that switch all you want to, but it's gonna take a minute for the heat in the house to actually rise. We're completely different. True. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have that into consideration. I think being upfront and having that conversation is the only way to avoid a sexless marriage. I think that's the only way, because the women just have to accept that there are certain things that you're going to have to do, and that is on that list. Take heed. It's not a super long list. Men are very simple. Y'all list is way longer. But if the men have to hold up their end of the bargain, I think women have to hold up their end of the bargain as well. And I don't think that there's really an excuse for a sexless marriage, personally. 3 months is a long time.
It is. Well, like I said, there's a conversation that needs to be had. What if the woman feels as though her husband is not holding up his end of the bargain? So that's
what does that mean?
maybe he's not, I don't know, maybe he's not doing the protection or the providing or whatever it is that she feels as though, or they discuss, if they did or didn't discuss.
Okay, I'll put it to you like this. Because the women's list is this long and the men's list is this long, you as a guy, I because I'm petty sometimes. I have petty streaks. I do. I would stop doing because a lot of people don't notice. Yep, I do. It's not. I do have a petty streak. If we if we have the conversation, right, and she's just like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. A lot of people don't notice that something is wrong or not happening until you really stop doing it.
Yep.
Take away the other 2 or 3 things that you really are doing, and see what the vibe is then. Why didn't the bills get paid? Because most men, this is not all, but most men spend the majority of their time working to provide for the household. So a lot of times they're not there a lot. And in today's world, a lot of guys are working more than just 40 hours.
Yep.
Start taking away your other stuff. Because a lot of times I think that when you get to that point, there's hypergamy that is kicking in a lot of these situations when they talk about that. Because everybody want to upgrade, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to upgrade to something bigger and better and this, that, and the third. If you've done your vetting, I think that for the most part, the relationship should be, like, as far as the basics are concerned, providing for each other, I think most of that should be there.
Should, but it may not be.
I don't think that 25% of marriages, men are just not doing their side of the bargain. I think that there's things that's happening. I think I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think a lot of dudes are simping.
But
I think a lot of dudes are simping.
You know what? This is making me think of
What?
The season we just watched, Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
With
Which ones?
with Tree.
Oh.
With Justin and Alexis.
Yes.
It could be a situation where the woman is not feeling sexually attracted.
But she was. Is that she didn't want to, she wanted somebody who was more aggressive. And one thing that I've noticed, we talked about this before.
She was and she wasn't. Like, I think she wanted to. I think she genuinely loves him and everything like that.
Right.
But it was certain things like being overly emotional and the lack of aggression.
No, there was a lot of things that was going on in their relationship from both parts. But
that would turn you off.
No, but she wanted to, and she was upset because he was not more physically aggressive. In today's world, especially with modern women, unfortunately, a lot of modern women don't understand that we live in a Me Too society, a post-Me Too society. Y'all gotta learn how to give choosing signals even after you're married. And most guys don't want to hump dead dolls. Not that you have to necessarily be horny all the time, but you have to at least give us the signal that, yo, you know what, like it's okay, babe. Like, if he's giving you a comment and you can tell that he's trying to see and test the waters, don't just leave him hanging and leave it frozen and cold outside. Let the brother come in for a second. Let him at least know that it's warm and some embers on the bottom of the fire. You just need to go over there and blow on it a little bit. Get a little bit of air in that joker. Put down some wood so it can have something to burn on. Some of y'all jokers be sitting there and y'all just expect a man to do everything from jump, understanding that even if you're married, you gotta look at the Johnny Depp situation. Even if you got a crap load of money, we live in a post-Me Too era. And regardless of what should or could happen, men can't just go up and just be taking a woman and be all brolic and stuff like that.
I'm not saying all
they
that.
They have
I'm
to
not
know.
saying you gotta be caveman.
And most guys are not that guy. Remember we had the conversation about who that guy is? I want a guy to come up and just, be confident and talk to me and not be nervous and all of that other stuff. Guys who are like that usually are some type of pickup artist, not professionally, but I'm just saying. And they talking to you and a whole bunch of other girls. So a lot of women want the same small percentage of men who are going to cheat on them. Most guys aren't just overly aggressive like that. They want some type of signal from the person they're with to know that it's okay. Because we live in a world that is very, very sensitive to abuse.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, look, we went back and forth.
Yeah.
This is longer than we expected it was going to be, which is okay. It was a lot of stuff we talked about. Sometimes, you know, this is the beauty of having a channel like that. We coming from different perspectives.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, comment down below and let us know. And if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know, I feel like we don't, what's the word I'm looking for? We have no affiliation.
Oh, no, we don't.
Or anything like that with Married at First Sight, but we've been watching them quite a bit because it does give us a lot of different perspectives, things to talk about, and also to put into practice some of the things that we've, or not put into practice, but actually validate some of the things that we've learned throughout our marriage and some of the things that we talk about. Like we actually see it play out literally in front of our eyes.
We really do.
So it's very interesting. But yeah, it was a good season. Go check it out.
That it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right, we gonna end it now because I got to edit all of this stuff, y'all. This is crazy, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Gotta make these videos shorter.